Hello everyone, my name is Gulshan Memoria. I'm the founder and CEO of Inspiredvalley, which is an educational edtech brand which is in Delhi. Recently, we have started this series called the Inspired Valley School Initiative, where every week we connect with the best minds in the educational world and to discuss on some of the very prominent topic. Like today's topic is mindful leadership, navigating challenges and cultivating a positive school culture. And to discuss on this topic, we have some esteemed panelists with us. The very first speaker that we have with us is Miss Manjiri Atul Raspaile. She is working as principal at New English Academy of Genius Wardha, which is in Maharashtra. We also have Miss C.K. Choudhary. She is working as a principal Maharaja Agrasen Public School, Lucknow, which is in Uttar Pradesh. We also have Miss Sudeshna Das Mairal. She is working as principal at TNR Excellencia Academy, Hyderabad, Telangana. I welcome you all on our show. Okay, let me initiate the discussion with a very asking you very first question. See, cultivating a positive school culture is must for every school. So let us start discussing this. Why we require the positive school culture in every school? I just want to have, you can say, the initial views from every speaker. Let's just start with Manjari ma'am. Manjari ma'am, according to your understanding, because I know that you're already working in the field of education in the past quite some time. So according to you, because recently this word has become a buzz, I mean, the education community, that okay, we need to create a very positive culture around the school community. So why we require to create a positive culture and what's the need of it?
Actually, creating culture is not an easy task. Creating culture of the school requires a lot of efforts, and we should understand first of all that from which community the students are there in the school, and accordingly, whatever we are going to achieve. So goals are needed to be set. The vision and mission of the school should be very clear for that, and accordingly, all the activities performed in the school should go hand in hand to achieve the goal which is decided. Just as presently I come to know, we have learned regarding national education policy, and national education policy basically gives emphasis on the inner resilience of the students, like panchakoshatmak vikas. So panchakosha development, developing that becomes the culture of the school. If you are, that is your goal, that is the goal of the school, and whatever activities the school is performing to achieve this panchakoshatmak vikas and to develop the skills among students, that is your goal, and accordingly the activities should be planned. And slowly, gradually, it has been found in my school also. The leadership develops once you give them some opportunity to observe the things, to create a synopsis or means observations, interviewing, and then different questionnaires. You give them chance, they will find out the problems, then they will find out the solution, and then they only give solution to the school, and school children follow them. This is when I have that experience. I have seen change in school, and then gradually the culture gets fostered in the school.
So it's all about the culture and making aligning yourself with the vision and the
A vision
mission of the
mission
school,
of the
and
school.
it
Yeah,
requires a lot of hard work to do that.
sure.
Right, Mr. Deshna, you would like to share your views on this? I mean, why we need this positive culture in the school, and what's the need of it? Yes.
Yes, I definitely agree with what Miss Manjari said, but what she said is mostly about students. What I would like to add on is it's equally important to take the teaching fraternity along. So it's the workforce, it's the team of teachers that make or break the school. So
Exactly.
unless the people who are working there are happy, you cannot transfer the vision or mission of the school to where it needs to be transferred to. So happy teachers create happy classroom and ultimately a happy community. So just if we as a team, instead of being an autocratic leader, if we see ourselves as a part of the team, be little open to ideas, be little away from I know everything, and be more of let's brainstorm, take more of ideas and take the best of everybody's experiences and take it along. will be in a more happy place, and
Hmm.
that will give us a better work culture, and things will be easier. And when teachers are happy, when you are happy at your workplace, definitely you do more than what is required. Things become
Exactly.
easier.
You hit the right chord. I mean, we definitely need to evaluate the ego of the leaders mostly.
Yes.
Great,
Yes.
great. Ms. Chaudhary, would you like to share your views on at least starting with this challenges, how we can have this positive culture and why we need it? You need to unmute yourself, ma'am, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Am I audible to
Yes, ma'am.
everybody?
Hmm.
Good evening, eminent principals and the host who is given us this beautiful platform. And I'm privileged to be a part of this. And very good discussion related this positive atmosphere among the children and also among the teachers. I
Mm-hmm.
also like to add more points in it. And the points are that the principal is under the management.
Mm-hmm.
The management, maybe some of the schools are the single owner, or maybe sometimes we are having an organization, we are more than one person are involved in the manager.
Mm-hmm.
So people is backbone of the school administrative system,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very much very important for principal to also have a positive atmosphere, positive field where she can work positively with the along with the team members.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes what happens when a principal is there as a administrative leader, the management they trust um, more the teachers who are they have a such a long period of time rather in the principal. This kind of or such kind of atmosphere in the institutions create a very unhealthy atmosphere to the principal,
Hmm.
because the school institutions and even the CBSE or any of the board, they see the real face of the organization or school as a principal. So it is
Hmm.
very important for principal also to have and to get a very positive atmosphere surrounding her. The team member who are working with principal should be trustworthy.
Hmm.
So it is very important that the value of principle every organization should understand. So my point is that, and I want in addition, sometimes it is very important that you have given a very good platform to the leaders, but
Hmm.
sometimes this platform required to the owners and the management too.
Hmm. Great, great, great. Yes, Manjiri ma'am, you have raised your hand. You want to add certain
Yeah,
point.
I
Please,
just
please,
want to add
please.
these points that whatever I told, that vision and mission. So my intention was, once vision and mission is decided, so
Hmm.
path becomes clear. So we cannot differ students from teachers and teachers from students.
Yes.
So each and every member related to the school is the part and participle of the vision and mission. So we
Hmm.
cannot separate them. But as the topic was given, like students leaders, so
Hmm.
according to that, I felt that, and who will be giving them leadership, chance of
Exactly,
leadership? Only
exactly,
teachers.
exactly,
So
exactly.
until and unless we don't understand that what exactly we are supposed to
Let's
do.
deep dive into this
Go
discussion. Let's
ahead.
deep dive. We had a good base. I mean, every leader has a different point of view, and we are focusing on different areas. Some challenges, some in some of the areas, some challenges are prominent, right? There are many because we sometimes we cannot do with these challenges, but there are many challenges where the principal have full authority and we can do a lot of good stuff. So let's discuss those points. We also welcome our next speaker, another speaker, Miss Rashmi Singh. Can you please switch on your camera, Rashmi ma'am? So, Miss Rashmi Singh, she is working as a principal at Poddar Brio International School. I welcome you on our show, Rashmi ma'am. We'd love to have your views on. Okay, let me start asking the very first question with Manjri ma'am. So, ma'am, I
Yes.
want to ask you this question. This positive school culture often involves student taking leadership roles, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
can you share an example of a student-led initiative that not only addressed a challenge but also had a lasting positive impact on the culture of your school?
Yeah. Yeah.
Please, over
I
to you.
can. May I share my PPT, or should I
No,
speak like that only?
just share your
Okay.
point. Yes.
Okay. PPT.
Not the PPT.
Okay,
Just share your
point only.
response because
Okay,
we need
just
to just have a.
okay.
I'll
Thank you so
also
much.
take the
Yeah,
initiative from the other people.
actually, in 2022,
Hmm.
we came to know about a problem regarding very normal, and every school faces that problem, that is of washrooms.
Okay.
That the children and the smell comes out, and every times the thighs are working on that, and some children were not having habit of flushing the washrooms, and indisciplined behavior was observed in our school,
Mm-hmm.
specifically from some kind of students, those who were stamping their feet on the walls, they were writing something on the walls, they were
Mm-hmm.
breaking the taps. So these kind of problems were faced by our children. So children used to come to me and they used to tell me that, madam, such kind of behavior is also found, and we also told ties, but they are also human beings. So
Mm-hmm.
I decided, and a core committee decided that let them find out the solution on their problem only.
Okay.
So we gave them some ideas regarding finding out the solution, but find out the problem, where is the problem. So they surveyed, they utilized some methodologies. We
Mm-hmm.
have guided them, and accordingly they surveyed, they prepared a questionnaire, and even they asked some questions to small kids also. So it has been found that some teenagers, pre-adolescence age, and due to and some frustrations among children after corona, many children are facing different kind of psychological and intellectual issues.
Mm-hmm.
So accordingly their behavior also had got changed, and due to that they were utilizing such methodologies of spoiling some school property and all. So my children prepared one questionnaire, they surveyed, and then they found out some solutions on that. They
Mm-hmm.
prepared some charts, they pasted charts on the walls, they started they taking out they were taking out some time, 5 minutes time in the races, and
Mm-hmm.
during that races they used to move in the corridor while instructing the children.
Okay.
Apart from that, my some of my students, they prepared one robot,
Hmm.
and in that robot there is a window created, and in that window a page moves around, and we have converted instructions into affirmations, that I am a very sincere child,
Hmm.
I flush washroom after use, I am very disciplined child. So these faith they used to, and one speaker is there, we used to switch on that robot. That robot is attraction for our children. Even
Hmm.
10 standard students used to see, look at that robot, they used to read those instructions, and then so continuous listening as well as continuous hammering of the affirmations created a culture and developed a culture among students that they used to. And presently this session I also have found a change in the
Hmm.
atmosphere during the break. No, not even a single. Presently we are coloring our building, and now I instructed them not to give stamps on the walls. I have not found, we have mended the
Hmm.
furniture, and we told them that this change in behavior is appropriate, and we need to be
That's a very
appreciated, all the
wonderful.
children have
That's a
been.
very good suggestion. It's a good because it's always good to involve the students in this student-led initiative because subconsciously they learn a lot of things, and this will add a lot of good value to the school culture. Great, great, great. Mm,
Not only they told children, but they also educated parents when parents meet come to meet to school on PTM days.
hmm. Wonderful suggestion. Thank you, Miss Manshri, for sharing this wonderful suggestion. Miss Sudeshna, you would like to share any experience of yours from your own school? Would you like to share with all of us?
So
Any
this
student led
suggestion,
community and any student led initiatives which led to
so
the.
this is a wonderful idea actually, affirmation.
Hmm.
Because child psychology also says that when we tell children don't do so and so, that
Hmm.
don't negative things don't get registered. They
Hmm.
just say don't run, so they run. You tell them what to do instead, that is
Hmm.
what they register.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate this. We need to tell them, yes, we would do this, we will
Hmm.
do so and so instead of this.
That's a
So
good
this is
suggestion. I
actually a great
mean,
takeaway from this. Yeah, we
that's
need
a good
more and more
suggestion. I mean, instead
affirmation.
of just saying no to everything, you just create a
Yeah,
path for them so that they can
yes,
channelize their
exactly.
energy, right?
They hear a lot of what not to do. Let's tell them actually what to do instead.
Hmm. Great, great, great. Rashmi ma'am, you would like to share any experience of yours of your own school? You can unmute yourself and share your response. Just unmute yourself. Ma'am, we can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself. Yes.
Yes, I think I'm audible now.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Okay. Good evening to all my panel members, and good evening to you, Gulshan sir. And of course, I express my gratitude for giving me this opportunity here. So, I think, sir, when it comes to the positive culture in school, the health of the school with respect to the different stakeholders, be it student, parents, be it teachers, be it the employees, different levels of the school needs to be looked into. How happy they are, how satisfied with they are, and who will look into this? The heads. We as heads, the school heads. So basically, when we are talking about positive culture in school, it is related to all kinds of communication in school. It deals with the behavioral pattern of the school, the respect which is seen in the different members for each other, for the fellow friends, for the seniors, juniors, and of
Exactly.
course, whether students are enjoying the school environment, whether teachers are happy performing their work, whether there's an excitement in both teachers and students to enter into the school premise, the excitement of learning, the excitement of delivery on teachers' end, and whether there is any loophole or any urgent attention that needs to be dealt with. And believe me, it is not a certification or course or something which could be evaluated in a span of a week or a month.
Exactly.
This is an ongoing natural process, an aspect which will always require a continual evaluation of what policies are prevailing in school, and are the policies working for the good of children and for the good of the stakeholders of the school.
Oh, you rightly
So,
said.
if you ask me about the positive school culture, there are around 8 or 9 pointers which I was, trying to figure out, and I had put it. The first thing which I was trying to find out is the workload which the teachers uh, practice on a daily basis. Are the teachers comfortable at the workload that they are handling? Firstly, I mean, is it humanly possible? Because we as heads, we generally have a tendency to, think student centric, and everything related to students, we are very particular that things should be accomplished. But whether those tasks or those work that we assign, is it humanly possible in the time frame that we expect? First. Second, the learning process, as I said, have we evaluated? Is it enjoyable by students? Are they learning the creativity factor in each of their classes? Are they enjoying, first of all, and is there any stress that causing problem to students? So I feel the second one. The third is, are the parents of the school happy? Because when the parent is unhappy, it will slowly discern into the child, and with the child it will slowly have its effects shown in a lot of um, processes of the school, maybe the performance of the child, maybe the respect that the child shares for the teachers and for the fellow friends, and the stress level of the child. So here we need to examine whether the child is undergoing an environment which fosters learning, and which also gives different platforms of learning for the child. How is the academics going in my school? How are the sporting activities taking place? How is the wellness activity happening? How is the value education being looked into? So, how are the children behaving with their peers? So, these are few elements which I feel as
Great, ma'am. Great.
heads we should look into. Moreover, if there are any issues that we come across, is it resolved from one end to the other end?
See,
So, I feel these are.
all the points which you have mentioned that completely make sense, and that's the reason the topic of today's topic is mindful leadership. Because as a leader, we have to manage a lot of things. And you rightly said when you mentioned one point, then we always been towards the student centric. Like we miss out being this teacher centric approach, right? That is why we need to become as a leader more mindful leader about every possible thing which is happening inside these four walls, not just inside these four walls, what is happening the outside the four walls also, which is connected to schools. which led to the next question, which I'll be asking. So let's, because we have a lot of questions to ask. So first, let us complete the questions, then we'll move on to your suggestions. So I'll ask the very first question with Ms. Choudhary. A positive culture extends beyond the school walls. There is no doubt about that. So how do you engage the parents and the local community in your efforts to cultivate a positive environment for learning, growth, and collaboration? Any such example of yours? I mean, if you are implementing in your schools, so any examples will be more interested.
See, positive culture, and we are involving parents and the society. The nowadays, as we,
Mm-hmm.
principal and the head of the institution, organize different activities in the schools.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk about the society,
Hmm.
so our national festival is approaching 15th
Exactly.
August.
Yes.
In this particular time, what we do, we have a rally of our students and surrounding and
Hmm.
near the vicinity of our school. Their
Hmm.
children go and then they just give the positive thoughts with the neighborhood, that Har
Hmm.
Ghar Tiranga, and
Hmm.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Hmm.
And this way, the children are saying that we love you. And sometimes we are having a plantation in our school. As
Hmm.
nowadays in Uttar Pradesh, our CM is also focusing on these such activities,
Hmm.
and the society is also, actively participating with the school through these social activities, where we are having a plantation activities, we are having a save water conservation activities, where the students are invited in a rally, and where they speak about the importance of water, why it should be saved. And even we can say different activities like traffic rules. Nowadays we are having, it is this activity also connected with the society, that
Hmm.
children are performing different acts for to have a good traffic system,
Hmm.
not only in northern India but all over the world, if I say. And these kind of activities, when our children participate, when parents also encouraged by the school institution or school authorities and teachers, so parents also have a particular part in that.
Hmm.
And moreover, the school is time to time organizing like grandparents day,
Hmm. So
parents
different
day.
days is being organized to
Yes,
indulge the
yes,
local community and at least the people around
yes.
the school
So
community.
nowadays in Uttar Pradesh, if I would say, there is a festival which is called Bada Mangal. It
Yes.
means in that Bada Mangal, what happened? Different institutions, they have a very grand ritual ceremony in the school, like Havan and other
Hmm.
puja. And after performing the puja, then they have a open langar system, which says
Hmm.
that whosoever willing to, they can also join that free of cost the food. And in this way, the
Hmm.
positive atmosphere along with the student, parents, and the
Hmm.
society is interlinked. It means school
Great.
is nothing without society, and society is connected with the education in the form of school.
Hmm. Great, great, great. Thank you so much for sharing these lovely examples. Any other leader, anyone would like to share any experience of their when it comes to including indulging the local community to helping out infusing more positive culture in the school? Anyone would like to give any example, or should we move on to the next question? Okay, let's move on to the next question. And let me ask the next question with Rashmi ma'am. So Rashmi ma'am, this question is: this empowered teachers contribute significantly to a positive school culture? And you have rightly said, even you, the very first point was focusing on this question. So how do you support your teaching staff, professionals' growth and the well-being, and how does it impact the overall atmosphere in the school? Because every time we hear about it, okay, then you have to attend these many training programs. I'm not sure that how many school actually focusing upon the learning outcomes, right? We just focus on, okay, these are the certification which is mandatory from the CBSE, these are the certification that you have to go through it. Some of the teachers are getting more chances, some of the teachers are not getting enough chances, but we are not totally focusing upon the outcomes and how the learnings are actually helping in creating a school a more positive or a better place to work. Please, over to
All
you.
right, sir. A beautiful question. Actually, my whole thought process about this training centered on this one particular point which you said. Sir, I strongly feel that all kinds of professional training, all kinds of empowerment, they come with the common point of, or common goal rather, that the teaching learning in the school should benefit students and teachers should be enjoying what they do.
Hmm.
So here, it is not complex to kind of
I think there's some problem. Any speaker would like to share any response on the similar question, the same question, because I am sure that a lot of people are facing this kind of challenges. For an example, recently I visited Hyderabad. So there were two schools specifically in Hyderabad. One is Tatwa Global School. I still remember the name is precisely. They are the executive director and this founder principal ma'am Usha Reddy ma'am, the kind of relationship which she was having with her teachers and the kind of supportive environment that she has created. They gave us 3 days teachers training program, but at the starting of the teachers training program, the kind of atmosphere which she has created among the teachers community, that was speechless. I mean, I can't express in words. And the kind of atmosphere which she was telling that you people know already a lot of things, right? It's not that okay, then okay, now this training will help you out, but understand this. By learning, if you can just learn 10% of the training, see that this training will not just impact your life, but these trainings will impact the entire dynamics of our school teaching learning process. So this training, think about it as an end product. Do not just think about that you have to sit. If you don't want to sit, just don't want to sit, just say it to me directly. So
sir, if you
kind of,
don't mind,
yes ma'am,
I'll just
Rashmi ma'am, you
complete
just
my
left
thought.
it. Please
So
go
I
on.
was just trying to say that trainings are given by various different platforms, as you said.
Yes.
But as leaders, as you said, to empower the teachers, of course, to empower the teachers as leaders, we have to look into the implementations of all the outcomes
Hmm.
of the training which the teacher has undergone. One
Hmm.
of it is that the entire scheme of work, the year plan which the teachers make. Are the teachers have the teachers planned it meticulously? Have all elements of learning been included in it? So
Hmm.
who is going to evaluate that?
Hmm.
Teachers do. And I'm very sure teachers would need assistance there when
Hmm.
it comes to making the blueprint of the paper. Have the
Exactly.
teachers put it according to taxonomy which is needed to
Hmm.
train the blueprint? Do
Hmm.
the teachers know the standard marking scheme? So who's going to train the teachers there?
Hmm.
So these are the implementation aspects of all. If you do it, you keep it. I think that's the real empowering teacher. And of course, moreover, as you said, when it comes to training, the teacher should also know what are the different innovative teaching techniques that they should take into the class. So
Hmm.
who is going to look into the implementation part? And if the
Exactly.
implementation is looked and implemented by the leader, teachers are empowered and they will enjoy their work because they know how to implement their whole plan. The
Hmm.
plan fails and that is why these discussions.
Hmm. Exactly. Any views on this viewpoint, Miss Sudeshna? You would like to share your viewpoint? I'm sure that you can add a lot
Yes,
of value.
I
Please.
had raised my hand at that time just because you mentioned Tattva.
Yes,
I had
Tatva.
been a teacher in Tattva.
Okay.
So when you work in a place, a part of you, you share that workplace in you. So yeah, um, I believe it's my personal opinion. Uh, when you talk about training, teacher training, B.Ed or non-B.Ed or any kind of certification,
Hmm.
basically a person is my personal opinion. Either you are a teacher or you are not a teacher. The training part is just a polishing or a
Yes.
certification which may help you in professional growth or growing in life or in promotion or something.
Hmm.
Sometimes I have seen people who have lots of certification but they are not able to reach the children, and there are people who are not trained. They have come to this just because of the passion, they have it in them, and they reach beautifully to children. Children love them and they understand everything what they
Hmm.
do. So it is that missing thing,
Makes
something
sense.
unidentified, the
Completely
passion, the
makes
essence,
sense.
whatever you call it, and they put in all that effort. They bring in that innovation,
Hmm.
something that drives within. So
Hmm.
they bring it in. It is not for the certification. They try to search ways which will make it easier for the children. So they will also do those CBSE certification, they will also attend all those training, not because CBSE has made it mandatory, but
Exactly.
They want to reach that learning outcome. They want each and every child of that class to understand the concept better.
Exactly, exactly.
So that is
That's a
what
fair point.
differentiates a teacher from just another teacher, you can say.
That makes sense. That completely makes sense. And as a mindful leader, as a principal, we should always be supporting the
Right.
teachers community to learn different things. And if you have learned certain things, for an example, one teacher is learning by his own, maybe by doing some online certifications, maybe by doing or attending some XYZ training programs, maybe we can give that teacher a platform to train the teachers of their own school,
Yes.
and this will create wonders. We don't need the trainer from outside. Okay, particularly sometimes it happens, but not every time. So we should be doing a lot of good in-house training programs, so the teachers also feel respected, teachers also feel okay, that inclusive environment is taking place. Whatever I have learned, I'm sharing with my colleagues, because knowledge is something, the more you give to the others, the more chances are there that you are enhancing the knowledge within yourself.
Right. And as Rashmi ma'am was saying, we are so obsessed about the workload. We give them all possible maximum workload, and we also expect that same teacher to go beyond the textbook and teach children something extra. Where are we providing that teacher to research, go and learn something more? We are giving just enough time that okay, itna textbook hai, you read that and go and deliver.
So
We
that
are
is
not
something,
informing them.
that is something with Chaudhary ma'am has mentioned, that there was a tussle
Yes.
between the management and the principal. If the
Right.
management is ready to provide good resources, then I think the principal is able to provide some extra time to the leaders, or the learners or the teachers. If suppose you're already having 30 resources and you require 32 resources just to run the show, then definitely you will not give the extra time to any of the teachers, and the teachers will be bombarded with a lot of information. You will be getting burdened by the management responsibility, the CBSE responsibility, and the entire role of this positive culture and creating thing, nothing will take place. I think this thing will make sense, isn't it? Manjiri ma'am, over to you. You wanted to make your point, please do that.
Yeah, I just would like to suggest that there are the teachers are getting burdened many a times, that we also understand that so much of work they have to do in a very short period of time. But here, as a principal, we can do that. We can reduce some work which comes in our discretion, like some making notes, carrying notes to the class or not carrying notes to the class. There are many bothering rules are there in some schools, that the teachers are allowed to take the notes in the class, daily notes, and some where the teachers are not allowed strictly to take the notes in this class. They are also human being, and some principals are allowing them not to write daily notes because it comes under the area of the principal. The principal has right to decide that what work should be, what teacher should get bothered with what kind of work, and how can we reduce that kind of work. So it is not necessary, according to me, that daily they need to write some notes according to the all the steps and stages. Once they can prepare a chapter's lesson plan, they can carry that notebook to the class, they can look into that, and then they can teach. That much freedom should be given to the teacher, and the effectivity and the outcome which is found afterwards, that is really appreciable.
Exactly, exactly. No, I can totally relate to this. See, now I am the founder. Okay, I'm running my own show. So what I've done, this is just an experience. What I've done. So I mean, now tomorrow's holiday and 15th is holiday. So before the people will ask me for a leave, I make it complimentary. I give it complimentary of for 14th. So now all the employees will have enough time. I mean, the 3 days they can have chill, and they can. I mean, when they join the company on 16th, they'll have a fresh mind. So if it is coming from,
Sorry to interrupt you. You think we can do that in a school?
no, 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 I'm not asking you to do that. You're not, unless
Just at a
Sometimes,
unless you are the
sometimes as
founder
per the
principal, then
situation
you
we
can do
may
that.
adopt.
No.
See,
Parents.
this is
I
just
am
an
sure you
example.
know the
This
parents.
is just an example, maybe which Manjiri ma'am was suggesting. Maybe as a principal, and if we feel that okay, you can give two lectures off or 2 periods off to a particular teacher, so that the teacher can do some research, or maybe 3 period off for that, for doing some research. And if it is coming from the teacher's side, so maybe it's kind of an demand and supply concept. You need to understand, if the teacher is not coming out to you, don't is not interested for any sort of research, then okay, do the regular work. And if it is coming from the teacher side, they want to learn, then maybe we can do that. But again, depends upon
And
person to principal.
and I also would like to interrupt the discussion, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I said. If we get the liberty, if we get the power, the full authority there, we can give the complimentary appreciation to our teachers and our supporting staff. They will feel happy, isn't it?
Hmm. Great, ma'am. Okay, let me ask another question with Sudeshna, ma'am. Sudeshna, ma'am, sometimes challenges can provide unexpected opportunities for growth, right? There's no doubt about that. Unless we will not face some unexpected situations, we cannot, grow in any of the area, right? So, could you describe or can you describe a situation where a difficulty, where you have encountered a particular difficulty in your school environment and that would eventually lead to a positive change in the school culture or practices?
Yes, I
Any
have a
example, yes.
beautiful example for this, and I'm sure everybody would agree, and everybody has experienced this, the COVID time. When all of a sudden we had to switch on to online mode. We had no other choice. Right now, the ease with what we are using, we are having this meeting. I'm sure March 2020, none of us, I'm not sure, I was not. I did not know how to attend a Zoom meeting. I was not at all familiar with that, had never attended before it. So think about teachers. The teachers did not ever have heard of it. They were very much comfortable going to the classroom, taking their class, coming back. That's what was their comfort zone. So first challenge they faced was technology. The first platform they used was Zoom because that was the first thing easily available. 40 minutes free session, and then again start a new one. So that was something that they quickly learned. Later on, we had Google Meet, then we had, attached things like Google Classroom where they could assign things and learn. Fine, things were smooth. Next challenge, okay, learn to do Zoom and all, infra. They did not have devices, they had to work from home. Everybody did not have a smartphone, even. Forget about laptops, Wi-Fi facilities, even data was a problem. Children did not have it, all the parents did not have it. Teachers were expected to work, but school could not provide it, all the schools could not provide it
Exactly.
immediately.
Exactly.
Then there was training, maybe just the downloading and using it, but then how to have the host control, how to screen share. There were nitty-gritties, for example, maths teachers to show geometry on that. We all have seen videos how maths teachers have used the glass sheets and have done geometry and all those
Yes.
things. So it was a huge challenge. Then having that space at home, not just physical space, in the same room, there mostly I'm talking about teachers, female teachers, their spouses are working there, working from home,
Yes.
their children are taking classes. They are doing it not just physical space, but the emotional and social space where they are also expected to cook, take care, and there are sick people at home. They
Many
are,
challenges.
I mean, it is a kind of emotional dependency. They are for social requirement. Though there are lots of people at home, but the women at home are required to take that extra effort for others. Though everybody is working, and then the expectations from the management, because now they are able to see the classrooms and the parents. All the parents are now watching the classes, so there is that extra load. So that period was the most challenging for any teacher, for any schools. There couldn't be anything more challenging, and the way the teachers have come
The
out of it
entire community have
is
handled the
commendable.
crisis like anything. Everybody
Yes,
supported each and every one.
yes.
That's the beauty of the human existence.
That the way the teachers have learned and they have come out with elan is actually commendable.
Great, great,
And
great.
the way the positive things that have come out from this is now there is no teacher in any school who is not tech savvy. All the teachers know how to operate computers, how to attend online sessions. Now they are all searching and joining online sessions. They are all, they are all taking those CPSC sessions. They are getting certification courses.
Yes,
They are
everybody
all
is.
attending NCRT, eVidya, Diksha portal. They all know about it. They are all upgrading themselves. The webinars that we are doing right now, So this is all because we face those challenges. Teachers are now using lots of tools in the classes,
Yes.
quizzes, mentimeters. Nobody
Hmm.
knew about it. So this has
Exactly.
become a part of our new teaching learning process. Just
Hmm.
because we have faced a challenge at that time, now this has helped us now. The
Yeah.
confidence of parents have increased on teachers now because that
Yes.
time they have seen the teachers handling
Hmm.
the class. So the doubts they had, that what were the teachers doing in the class, whether they take care of the children in the class, now they know. If they could
Hmm.
do it then in front of those 80 pairs of eyes, they are surely taking care of now when nobody is watching them. So this is what we have, and the flexibility of time now. Now,
Hmm.
last week or a few days back in Hyderabad, there was severe rain. So
Hmm.
government said you cannot conduct classes. School has to be off. But then we had an issue. 10th class classes have to go on simple online classes with the permission of parents. We have online classes. We had a teacher who had a fracture in her leg. She could not come to school. Fine, we can project her in the class. No issue. She's otherwise fine. She was willing to take class. It is just the movement was an issue. So these were the challenges we learned
Yes.
from them, and now we are. I know we have upgraded ourselves. We are
Hmm.
better. So challenges definitely teach us. We are at a better place now.
Great, great, great. Thank you for sharing this wonderful suggestion. Even I believe that every school has faced. I mean, the
Yes.
intensity was different, but I'm sure that every school faced this challenge and overcome from this challenge.
Right.
Great. Now Chaudhary ma'am, you have raised your hand. Please, you want to make your point? I'll give you 2 minutes.
Yes, I
Yes, please.
totally agree what Sudeshna ma'am has shared. Very practical things, and now there is no excuses with the school and the leader before the management to say that we are not able to do this work or not able to do that work, because we are all rounder and resourceful. Because of this pandemic, had taught us a lot of things to be realistic and practical and positive and all the time ready for work.
Hmm. Chaudhary ma'am, in your school management is quite active. I must say, at every point.
I am facing, that's why I'm saying, not only
At
work, but
every
my
point,
whole
Chaudhary ma'am, I mean,
team,
starting from the inside, the 5 a.m., every point the management is there, isn't it?
they are not giving full authority to principal. That's
Yes,
why
I should
facing
be
to all.
included. I should be included one management question. Why I missed this thing?
Yes,
Great,
yes,
great, great. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for sharing this wonderful suggestions. Now we are at you can say the final stages of our webinar, and we call it the rapid fire round. This is the most interesting part of our webinar series. So in the rapid fire round, you have already shared wonderful suggestions. I know that you all people have shared with these examples, these anecdotes. You have shared these wonderful examples. Now I want you to share two more suggestions on these questions: how to navigate the challenges and cultivate the more positive culture in the school. So the question is how to create more positive culture in the school. You need to share two examples, and you cannot share the same example which you have already shared, and you cannot share the same example which the other person has shared. So you need to come out with some out of the box thinking suggestion, right? So I'm giving you 30 seconds to think over it. I'll start with Miss Sudeshna, then Manjiri ma'am, then Choudhary ma'am, and the last Rashmi ma'am. So 30 seconds, think of it, some out of the box suggestions. How? Because your suggestions will be a hand note for the all the schools, because when they're going to check it out this webinar, they'll be waiting for this rapid fire round, and they'll be more interested checking out the all this some out of the box suggestions. So one point is you don't need to explain the entire process, just give the suggestion, that's it. So in total, you will be taking not more than 1 or 90 seconds in total. So in 90 seconds, you have to suffice both the responses. 45 seconds, one response, 45 seconds, another response. So once you are ready, Ms. Sudeshna, it's
If
over
you
to
don't
you.
Yeah.
mind, can I speak up?
I'm sorry.
Can I speak about the suggestion?
Yes, ma'am. You want to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Please, please,
See,
please.
as according to me, I feel, I mean, generally it's what we have started here in our school as well. We have this fun Friday
Okay.
where the children are involved into those, those skill activities of their choice,
Mm-hmm.
whether it is artistic work, pottery, painting, drawing, or maybe some skill subjects which the state has introduced
Mm-hmm.
previously. So
Okay.
anything which involves their initiative. which
Okay.
involves a creative element, and
Mm-hmm.
which is in combination of a teamwork. So
Hmm.
this is a fun Friday that we started with. With that, I also have a suggestion. I've not started yet, but I have that thought in mind to start. That's called Common Cuisine Day. So this will be a day where the entire school will come with a common cuisine with different tastes, of course, coming from different houses. So I'm sure, suppose it's a Mumbai street food day. So
Hmm.
every member of a class, a student, they
Hmm.
may carry different street food items in the class and they will share with each other.
Hmm.
So this is going to cultivate, and of course, not only for children, our
Hmm.
teachers as well. So we can have one fortnight or one month end where we can have the talent show program, talent hunt program for our teachers. So
Hmm.
whatever they were good at, whatever were their hobbies, they will
Hmm.
present it to the entire other family.
Great,
So
great,
that is
great.
what I think. I mean,
No,
it's
thank you. Thank you so much for sharing these two suggestions. Even your second suggestion has activated my taste buds.
thank you, sir.
All right, Rashmi ma'am, thank you so much. Are you leaving right now? You have some work
No,
or you'll.
I'm here.
Okay, fine, fine, fine. Thank you.
Yeah,
Mr.
so it
Deshna, over
was
to you. Your
my
two good
turn, I guess.
suggestions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one is I used to create have a open house online every weekend,
Hmm.
Saturdays,
Hmm.
slot wise for different sections, where every parent was supposed to join and discuss their issues.
Hmm.
Any issue, anything, meet the principal and tell.
Hmm.
Those there are many who could not or do not want to do it, so we have a suggestion box
Hmm.
where they can write their issues and put it there. It will be addressed,
Hmm.
so which reduce the issues of, there are some who do not want to address it to the class teachers. They think it will be, their child will be, they don't want the teacher to know for some reasons. So that actually reduced the issues at all. I mean, they were very clear that everywhere there's a transparency and there is nothing which would pile up till the PTM day. So
Hmm.
this is one, that know the principal and meet the principal.
Great. One
So
suggestion.
all issues resolved. There was no issue which was pending.
Fine.
This is one. This is about issues. One is we have introduced something called wellness warriors. So there are
Hmm.
children who are more into sports and fitness and all. We have invited volunteers. We have given them badges.
Hmm.
So they go back to their communities or apartments where they stay in their spare time, mornings or evenings. They gather children or adults who are interested and they organize yoga sessions or cycling sessions and all, depending on their free time. It can be
Hmm.
alternate days, it can be every weekend or so. And
Hmm.
after a fortnight or so, they give a report to us. So it is our way to contribute to the society about fitness.
Exactly,
So this
and
is
this is
something to
also a
do.
way to create more consciousness among the community and to create more leadership skills among the
Yes,
student community.
yes.
Nice
And then
concept.
when they come back, we appreciate them in the assembly. That creates more
Yes,
and more leaders. More and more children
yes,
want to have that badge,
exactly.
and
This
the
will
number
create,
keeps increasing.
this will create more ripple effect in the entire
Yes,
community of the
yes, it
students
does.
community.
It
Yes.
is happening.
I like the suggestions, wellness warriors. I wish
Yeah.
we had a principal like you, but
Thank you so much.
over to you, Manjri ma'am. Please, your
Yeah,
two good
I would
suggestions.
like to suggest that leader creates leaders. So
Hmm.
every teacher of the school should be the leader.
Hmm.
And it is found that my teachers are speaking so positively to parents that parents' complaints get resolved at outside of the school, because
Hmm.
they are also considering themselves that belongingness
Hmm.
makes them the leader. And this is the communication, the way we communicate as group, as a
Hmm.
team, the way we work and the way we communicate with the parents, that many parents are becoming leader of the school and they are only resolving many of the issue. And not like that, the intention, right intention is like that, and you do
Hmm.
not get confused and all. So parents are also resolving some issues from our side on behalf of the school. The second suggestion, so leader creates leaders, this is the first of my
Hmm.
suggestion. And the second suggestion here I would like to give you, that the small fish, they come together and they create a big fish. So
Hmm.
everyone speaks in the same mouth.
Hmm.
If there is differences of opinions and everyone's mouth goes to the different directions, and if they are giving different opinions regarding school, so it becomes the discrepancy occurs. So
Hmm.
even though the challenges are there, The challenges, we also face many challenges, but when each and every member speaks in the same mouth, then the challenges get resolved very early, and gradually the positive atmosphere and culture can be developed and fostered in the school.
Ah, that's a wonderful suggestion. Even with this suggestion,
Thank you.
Chaudhary ma'am management will be happy because there would not be any issues.
Yes, I also would like to add few things like,
Yes,
sir,
ma'am.
what I do.
Just a second, Chaudhary ma'am. I think Rashmi ma'am had to rush somewhere. Rashmi ma'am, thank you so much for your gracious presence and in your wonderful suggestions. I'm sure that our audience will feel enriched when they'll hear out your responses. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Great, great, great.
I'm still at office, sir, and I stay approximately 2 hours after the time.
Please have a safe journey. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
please
thankful, sir.
take proper
And
rest,
once
ma'am.
again,
Thank
I
you.
would be really grateful if we meet again like this.
Great,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Great, great. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, Chaudhary ma'am. Please share your two responses, two suggestions.
Yeah. See, what I do practically, uh, once in a week or sometimes after 10 days, I send my teachers to visit the parents' house where
Okay.
the child, where the students,
Mm-hmm.
maybe sometimes the children are coming from, from same house, siblings. So
Mm-hmm.
they visit teacher, class teachers especially visit and then see where is the child's room, how
Mm-hmm.
the child behave at home, what are his or her habits, and what is the, you know, main role in the house the child is having. So this kind of, informal interaction with the parents, with especially mother, the teacher is having regarding students activity at home after the
Hmm.
school. In this way the teacher get to know about the student and her or his child in the class, what and
Hmm.
how to grow the child in a positive way. Sometimes in the school the parents and the students are not able to express the hesitations, express the weaknesses what the child is facing, maybe some family problems, due to that he or she is not doing proper study at home. So
Mm-hmm.
in the homely atmosphere the parents, especially mother, get an opportunity to share and discuss with the teacher. In this
Mm-hmm.
way this positive attitude, the student and teacher relationship becomes more closer,
Hmm.
and the student takes more interest to be in the school.
Hmm.
And second thing what I apply, I have used, different kind of card, which is, like silver card,
Mm-hmm.
gold card and diamond card. I mean, if child is performing very well and then the appreciation card is issued to the child, that is
Okay.
beginning with the silver card. And when it goes, increasing another appreciations, then he got this gold card. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the diamond card. So this way the performance goes, the child come to understand that he is in a positive way growing, and it
Hmm.
makes the student to get happy, and they just discuss in their peer groups, how many cards do you have? Oh,
Hmm.
you reach up to the gold card, or you
Hmm.
reach up to the diamond cards. So
Hmm.
these are the
Some challenges creating.
positive way
Yeah.
that I began and I have done the initiative.
Great, 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 ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Chaudhary ma'am, Mashri ma'am, Sudeshna ma'am, for sharing these wonderful suggestions. We had a lovely evening, and I'm sure when the audience will hear out this webinar, they will going to have a lot of good suggestions which they can directly implement or apply in their school to create more or infusing more positive culture. So again, on the behalf of the entire Inspired Valley team, I thank you everyone for sharing your wonderful suggestions and creating this environment more lively.